Hello everyone, here doing a video of what the new AC sounds like. It's a Furrion Chill Cube. I think it's a 18,000 BTU. I think it is, yeah. It's a heat pump version, so it does heat and cool. And right now, I just popped into the trailer. We have it stored right now, so this light is in. And this is blowing at full bore. It's trying to get it to 72. It's 88 in here right now, and you can hear it right now blowing as hard as it possibly can. And I don't know if this picks up a hum, but there's a hum, and that hum usually happens when the compressor is on. So right now the air is blowing pretty cold, or actually it's getting there, it's not quite there yet. And the vent is pointing toward the front of the trailer. And unfortunately, the downside to this AC, it works pretty good, and I'll start with that. It works pretty good. The downside to it is that it only vents to the front or straight down. It doesn't vent toward the back. So I think since this is a small trailer, and we've experienced that the cold air eventually catches up to the back. One thing we've done to expedite the movement of the air is to turn on the bathroom fan, and that pulls some of the air up, the hot air, at least the hot air. It pulls it out and kind of gets the cold air a little more of a chance to cool the place. At least that's my theory. But it seems to work better when the swing is set all the way down. The air comes straight down as a result and kind of just flows a little better. I mean, that's no good to you if you're sleeping in the front and want the air blowing right on you, but the AC will ultimately cool the area as time passes. And that's what it sounds like from back here. And it is more quiet than the old Coleman Mach that we used to have. I think it was a 13,000 BTU with the Surveyor 2021 Surveyor Legend 19 BHLE has. So this is an upgrade. It was a bit expensive. I think my plan originally was to put in a mini split, cassette mini split, and put it up there, but that would have involved trying to put the condenser somewhere on the bumper in the back or maybe in the front. And then also routing the hoses would have been a little tricky because they would have had to have come through in the ceiling and then made their way out somehow. If it was mounted in the front, they'd have to make their way out to the front. If they were mounted in the back, it'd have to make its way out to the back somehow, which I guess is easier than the front. But, this was a good trade-off. More quiet, even when it's blowing at full blast. It's still much more quiet than what was here before. And if you have the same RV, then you would know that the old AC is really loud. And so this is the sound of it back here in the dining area. You can still carry on a conversation even if you're at the dinette right under it, which you wouldn't be because the slide goes out. It's still pretty quiet comparatively. It's not that quiet, not as quiet as I think people have been saying online, but it is pretty quiet. More so than what was here originally, and I think I keep repeating that fact over and over, but I think I'm just trying to convince myself that this was a good deal, or a good trade-off rather, because it wasn't a terribly good deal. I think the package itself, the outside unit and the inside unit, you have to buy them separately, I think was about $1,700 or something like that. So I guess comfort has its cost. And as far as the batteries go, the batteries I think are seeing a draw of, I don't know, it's like 15 or 20 amps each at 24 volts. And again, sorry, the batteries are down here in the bunk somewhere. We'll see if we can see that. And so they're seeing about 40 amps because there's two of them. So about 40 amps at 24 volts. What is that, 26? I'm not saying 26 amps. So about 52 amps at 24 volts. And I guess in the grand scheme of things, that's not a lot. I don't have the calculator to bust out the math in 110, but I think it's not supposed to go over, I think it's like 1500 watts or something like that. So that comes out to like 8, or don't quote me on it. I would say like less than 10 amps at 110 volts or 120 volts. So yeah, I mean, you save some electricity. And again, this is variable, so it's blowing really hard now. As it gets closer to the temperature, it'll start ramping down a little bit. And in the period that I've been yammering, we've dropped down to 86 according to this thing. So, you know, it's getting there. It's getting there. And it feels much better than 86, so I'm fairly comfortable in here as it is. So it's doing its job. And I should have brought a thermometer to measure the temperature coming out of there, but I would say it's in the low 30s probably, because it's feeling pretty cold. And that's the intake on this side. And it has a bunch of different features. It has a sleep mode, which I guess it turns off the LED. It also makes it a little more quiet. There's a swing, there's a fan, and there's a heat mode, which is not a heat strip. It actually just reverses the flow of the refrigerant, I guess, and it just starts heating. And the eco mode, and there's a power, and that's pretty much it. So if you have any questions, or you know what, I think I'm gonna film it too while we're camping, just so that you can see what it sounds and what it's like at, I guess, in use. Then I think I'll do that in the next few days. I would have lost my train of thought. Anyhow, that's it for this. I just actually came out. Right now it's like a almost 95-degree day or something like that. I was out taking out the antenna from up at the top of the trailer, and also the solar panel. I'm gonna change those out. I don't think I'm gonna do it today, but it's too hot. But I am getting the surface prepared so that I can put the rails up, put the solar panels up, or put this flat panel that I have, a flexible panel. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, any questions, let me know, drop me a line, and I'm more than happy to answer them. And that's it. Take care. Bye.